Hello and welcome to Not Another Leeds podcast, episode 2, the only podcast that's not sponsored by Manscaped, it seems. But either way, welcome. And today we have a very special guest in our hearts. It's Paul, the voice. How are you, Paul?
Superb.
Oh, you know what? I really want you to read me a bedtime story. I am not joking. How are we doing, mate? Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I'm good,
Nervous?
I'm what, nervous
Mm-hmm.
for anything in particular, or
Life in general, maybe. Let's go down that route.
I had a tooth taken out last Friday, and I ended up with a dry socket, which has been like fucking hell for the past
A dry
week.
socket.
Yeah, so
Sounds like something Katie Price has.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just to get really minging. So effectively, they take your tooth out. There's a blood clot supposed to form, and then that blood clot is what makes everything heal. But to get a dry socket, the blood clot falls out. So basically, your jawbone is exposed along with nerves. So,
Well, welcome to this podcast. Dentists must be creaming over this. Yeah. Well, at least you're healthy, though, mate. I see you sporting the new away kit, third kit. Sorry. Is it nice? As it is on the pictures?
it is actually. I do. I like it.
Nice. It looks good. I'm getting it myself. We'll talk about it soon. James, how are you, mate? James?
Yes, mate. Yes. Sorry, buddy. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm just sorry, man. I'm just reading this this book. It's fantastic. Fantastic book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which book?
Bogle's brought a new book out, mate. Yeah. It's memoirs of his time at Derby County.
Oh, is that the one where he's trying to get it out, isn't it? Has he sent you a copy, hasn't he? No,
He did. He did.
Oh, is it this one? Is it this one?
That's the one, mate. Yeah.
Frankly, Derby Bogle's his memoirs.
Yeah. Do you want me to read you a little?
Yeah, go on then. Right, quick. Go on.
Okay, mate. Okay. I recall when we heard Frank was taking charge. Mal Morris came bursting into the changing room at the training ground. "I've got him, lads." We all looked at each other, confused. Mal continued, "I've spoken to the AFL owners and they've had everything changed. I turned to Kyo to ask what was going on about, but he was halfway through eating a fake bonsai tree. Mal went, "You are now playing for Frank Lampard's Derby County." Everyone sat quiet, apart from Kyo, who was choking on a fake bonsai branch. "Fucking hell, Richard," Mal shouted, 1 inch from his face. "Lampard hates eating people, eating fake plants." And at that point, I knew this was a crazy season. So,
well,
get it.
Yeah. It's in my
Amazing.
Amazon list. But yeah,
You've been away, mate. You've been away.
I have been away. What gave it away? Was it with the bronze, golden tan? Was it that give it away? It's funny you should ask, actually, mate. Yeah, of course. And I got in touch with the sponsors from the last episode, and I packed it, booked it, and fucked off. And we went round the Greek islands to me and the family. So yeah, thanks for asking, mate. Notice Paul didn't ask how I was. Yeah. But yeah, so right, let's get into it, Paul, mate. Quickly,
Sorry, we'll say something. I wasn't.
Yes. No, it's all right. It's just like the rest of our viewers that would just back down noise to keep away the wild animals. So right, we'll talk about West Brom, Paul. Right, briefly. It wasn't a good watch, was it?
No, it was turgid. It was boring. It was it screamed of everything, i.e. we wanted, or Farker wanted to make sure that we didn't lose the game as opposed to go at them. It's not the worst point in the world, but it was just as a spectacle to watch, it was just horrific in terms of watching it. It was just boring. It was just really, really boring. And you just kind of you came away at the end of the game thinking, well, where do we go from here? What's going to happen? And then we all know what happened. So yeah, it just wasn't great. Boring.
It was rubbish. We looked absolute bang average, in my opinion. And the gaps that we've sold players, we'll talk about them in a short while. But the attacking threat was just non-existent for me. I thought we improved a little bit when Rothwell came on. But I mean, what's your thoughts, James? Any positives?
We didn't concede a goal, and we didn't conceding in the last 2 games is probably the most positive thing that come out of that game. It was boring. It was turgid. Any sort of attacking threat was snuffed out by bad touches, poor passing. But I think we needed the clean sheet more than anything last week, and we got it. Hopefully we can build on that tonight. But yeah, shit game, unfortunately.
Were there any standout players for you, Paul? If there were any?
Sorry
for such a hard question.
I think he's answered it.
For me, it was when you look at it, you have to give credit to Firpo and to Bogle for not getting sent off in the second half, because they were obviously both booked, but they managed to not get sent off. So for me, that's a positive. I think the defense as a whole did okay, and that's probably the only real positive that I can take from the entire thing.
We have to talk about Joe Rodon. Since he's got that number 6, the ghost of Liam Cooper has just overtook him at the minute. Give him 14 back, please. James, Rodon's not been cracking as he has of late. Is it? You've jinxed him. In fact, you have cursed him because you said, "I hope we don't." It's loan to buy curse, and you absolutely. That seems to be the fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was that bad against West Brom. I thought the first 2 games was a bit shocking, but I thought he was better. I thought he was, his passing was a bit off, but defensively he was better. His positioning was better. I thought Strout was good, but that's about it.
It. I mean, I've got the momentum graph here, and this shows what it will like. I mean, look at that. Devoid of any attacking threat. I mean, we had obviously moments, but West Brom were all over us. I was watching it abroad, and
looks like a shit song that was.
Yeah. It was. I just thought we were just rubbish. Every time we even got near the box, we just somehow happened to not create anything. And I think turgid absolutely sums it up. And like I say, I mean, what more can we say? Like the gap that Rutter left is absolutely vast, in my opinion. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about, Paul, on this podcast that we've invited you to talk about West Brom?
Well, I think we touched on it on the defence side of things. You've mentioned it to do with Rodon. I don't know what's wrong with his passing at the moment. I went to the pre-season game against Valencia, and he must have passed it out of touch 4 or 5 times. So I'm not sure what's going on with that yet. I don't think him and Bogle, in terms of that kind of where you left that kind of partnership that the centre backs have with the full-backs, that hasn't quite come to fruition yet properly. So I think it'll take a little while before that properly happens. But his passing's been really wayward, I think. Really, really wayward. And I just wish that Ampadu would stop sitting too deep.
Oh, yeah, I've seen you talk about this, Paul, and I can't help but agree. What's your thoughts, James, on what Paul said about Ampadu? You just come really deep, but I've seen times where Rodon said, "What are you doing here? Get up there."
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also a part of the way he wants us to play with the Firpo and Bogle pushing on, him having that position, sort of taking the ball off the centre backs and turning and trying to find a pass. But I don't know. I think it'll improve over time. Like I say, with the connection between Rodon and Bogle needs to improve massively, because there is that miscommunication a lot and mispasses. Will get better. I think Ampadu coming back, you're expecting Garev to then be the one going forward, but he's not doing what you want him to do either. So it's like, I think they need to figure that out, or swap one of them out with someone that's going to attack a bit more, which I think Rothwell will probably come and do that. But I think he's been told to play that, especially last week when we wanted to keep in a clean sheet. So protecting that sort of gap in between the two centre backs. But I agree, getting him a bit more forward so he can be a bit more better with his passing, playing balls over the top, playing balls through, because I think he can do that. So we'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully he'll push on a bit more.
I don't know if anybody's
Hopefully.
watched the training video yet that they put out. You know, they tend to put one out before the match to show you what everybody's doing. I was watching that. There was a lot of 1 and 2 touch football going on, and also it was really interesting. They had like a shallow pitch game where, obviously, just to try and sort of, I think it was more kind of 5v5 or 6v6. I can't remember what it was, but even in that, Ampadu was quite deep in that as well. So I think it's something that Farke really wants him to do. But I think he's just got to work out in his brain in terms of the position that he wants to be in for that. So not to come in and make it a 5-man defence, which is what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Maybe just sit a little bit further forward. But James, I agree with you. It's a difficult one, because then what do you do with Gruev? Because Gruev is more of a sitting midfielder. So me, you get him out and put Rothwell in.
He probably has Stockholm syndrome of the defence as Ampadu. But yeah, you know, 2 positives from that game. We got a clean sheet. We got a point. Some I saw as a shithouse draw, if I'm being honest. And then got out of Dodge. Obviously, tonight is going to be a bit of a short one because we are kicking off at 8 o'clock. So we'll move straight on to guess the player. Paul, I know you love this game. It has changed somewhat. Oh, before we move on, our good friend Smarty has dropped in. Bamford injured. Cullum is shocked. Bamford as much used as Danny's Brill Cream. I can't speak. That's it makes a good ornament, does my gel. I'll have you know. And just for you, Smarty. Just for you, Smarty, here's your best friend. Top commentator. Can't wait for her to get more work. So that's that. Yeah. For those that don't know, right. So we will go on to guess the player. Now, it has changed a little bit since the last time you were on, Paul. For those that are new here and watching now for the first time, it is a player sat in the room, the face covered, and there are clues in this room, and which you will have 10 seconds-ish to try and figure out who it was. You can ask me one question, and that's about it. Are you ready, Mr. Paul?
Yes.
All right, so here is this week's Guess the Player. So take a look at, he's obviously in a hotel room. Check the, what's that there? Newcastle badge.
Newcastle badge, QPR.
Spurs. Any ideas? People in the comments, let's have a look. And that's your 10 seconds. Do you think you know who it is, Paul?
Yeah.
Right, good. Let's have a look. That's not very nice, is it? Smarty. Right, okay, so who do you think it is, Paul?
Jermaine Genius.
Ooh, that's a good shout. What about you, James? James?
We were preparing for the big fixture against the best team in the world, Leeds United. Well, I say preparing. We all had to sit and watch Frank reenact his goal that never was against Germany. Every time he scored, he'd run over to us and celebrate with Mason Mount and Harry Wilson, all wearing 3 full England kits. That's how you do it, lads. Then all of a sudden we heard hysterical laughing mixed with some barking from the bushes. A few of us ran over to see what was going on. We looked in only to find Leeds United player Alioski wearing a badger costume, a pair of rollerblades and holding binoculars. We turned to Frank. Bryson shouted over, "It's Leeds, they're spying on you." He just burst out crying. Then him, Mount and Wilson just started doing laps of the field, not before screaming, "Training's over, everything is fucked." That's Les Ferdinand.
Do you know what? I might start a fucking story time with James. Right,
It's
okay.
me, it's
well,
Jayden Bogle, mate.
Yeah, so this is the thing. So who do you think it is, James? You think that's Les Ferdinand, and you think that is Jermaine Genius, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can officially reveal it is Jermaine Genius. Well done.
Oh wow.
Sorry, I've just been sent an updated version. Oh, here it is. There it is. There you go. Obviously, so yeah. So you know, take that from what you will. That's just come through from my, you know, from my contacts.
I know why he got sacked. Because it's not Peter.
There you go. Smart is a fan of James's Corner. James's Reading Corner. It's a new segment coming up.
Thank you.
Right. I am a big fan of this name. I am a big fan of this name. I hope you please subscribe and we can be best friends. That name is Elite. Right, yo. So we will talk about the big gap that we just mentioned before there, Paul. Jorginho Rutter has left us for the Seagulls. Here he is.
Yep.
Fucking turncoat bastard.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts first and foremost?
Gutting to see him leave, obviously. I think we all fell in love with him. We fell in love with his just persona. How he, his persona, mercurial, how he can just do things on his own and change up the game completely. I don't begrudge him going at all. Everybody wants to test themselves at the top. What we need to look at is obviously people that decided to buy a player for however much and put a sell-on clause in for such a pitiful amount. But, you know, with the amortization, what we've made about 12 million on him or something like that. So it's, you know, trying to find as many silver linings as possible. But he is practically irreplaceable, isn't he? Just absolutely irreplaceable. I feel sorry for him in the way that he was set up with the announcement. He absolutely had no idea about that and what that actually meant. But then obviously Wilson coming in with the Ramazani one just absolutely knocks it out of the park as what he usually does. But yeah, it's going to be sad to see him go because he clearly liked the place. He clearly, you know, liked the players and everything. It's just football's one of them things. It's a business now. It's not, you can't get overly precious with players anymore. That loyalty thing, whilst it's there, it's not the same as what it used to be. So you know, we all just have to kind of move on with it, really, don't we? But I hope he does really, really well. I genuinely do hope he does well. I mean, what Brighton have just spunked another 30 million on another player, so they're absolutely balling out at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Is it
a far stretch to call players mercenaries these days? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those dads like, oh, he's a bastard and all that. Fair enough, you know what I mean? He's not a Leeds fan. I get that. He's not a Leeds fan. I get it, but
I wouldn't. It's not so much the player that's the mercenary, it's the agent that's the mercenary when you think about it. Because at the end of the day, the agent's job is to make money for themselves. That's how they keep going. So they make a move, they get a percentage of that move, don't they? That's where their fee comes from. So, yeah, some players can be a little bit mercenary. You look at some of the ones that dipped off and decided to piss off at the end of last season because they're looking out for themselves. I don't think it's being mercenary with a big fuck you to everybody. I think it's more a case of it's just being, I've got to look out for myself. But for me, it's the agents that ruin this game now for me more than anything.
Money driven. Yeah, I agree 100%. Absolutely. What about you, James? Jorginho Rutter? It was a pleasure to see him play.
Yeah. Fucking right off. That's what I think.
We did.
Don't give a shit. We did, yeah. I think, and I'll say this, both him and Somerville, if they could have got out at the start of last season, I think they would have. But no one was paying their fees to get them out. I don't like it. I don't like the way football is now. It does my in. And I don't like watching videos of Jorginho Rutter doing the fucking Leeds salute to the fans and then just jumping out at the minute he gets a better offer. No one's better than Leeds, are they? But I don't know. I would have stayed because I'm a Leeds fan. He just annoys me so much that he could have took us. He was like the main man for us. I think he was the 49ers star player, the star attraction, the sort of like the middle. Oh, bonjour, Kevin. Yeah, he's the main man, and I think they wanted to he was their guy, weren't he? They put up the money for him initially, but I think he would have gone last year if he had had the chance. So,
Kev, would you welcome back, mate? Thanks for jumping on. We're talking about Jorginho Rutter, Somerville. What's your feelings first? Do you know those players that used to play for us? Those mercenaries, those bastards that left us.
Don't about him anymore. I'm a big fan of that Largy. Largy's my new man now, so yeah, forget them.
Largy and Willie.
Yeah,
lovely.
But on holiday, Dan, you look like that old lady from Benidorm. Oh, sorry. I'm back.
What about that one from In Between Us? It's all right, Kitty, don't bite. Now that she's been fed. Yeah, my skin's like a crocodile handbag. But yeah, Kev, we were just saying that how like some players when they come to Leeds, they're not Leeds fans, are they? You know, like Rutter, for instance, he didn't grow up dreaming of playing at Ellen Road, but 40 million was that enough for him to leave? I mean, he's quoted. I get it. He has to do media duties for Brighton. It was time to move on, that kind of thing. When I was on the bench, I said to the teammates, Brighton's a big club, etc. But I mean, he's left a massive gap on it.
Yeah, but 40 mil still a lot of money. It's just that we haven't got anybody that can replicate that at the moment, have we? I guess big Brendan Aronson's going to have to step up to the mark now, isn't he? So, yeah, he'll be all right. I think
Very
he'll
windy,
be fine.
though.
Yeah, I'm honestly not confident about tonight.
Today.
Not confident about tonight without these players, but I'm sure we'll get it right at the end of the window and we'll just go. I mean, I'll forget about Jorginho Rutter in 6 months anyway, like the way I forgot about Sinistera, like the way I forgot about Tyler Adams. Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, bugger on, mate. If they don't want to be here, you know what they say, don't you?
Paul mentioned before you jumped on, Kev, as well, about the don't go to bed just yet tweet. What's your thoughts on that? Was he stitched up? Did he care?
I mean, I don't know. He's a bit of a silly lad, isn't he, Jorginho? And sometimes you think that he wouldn't know what that means. He was probably about 10 when that come out, I guess. So, but also, I mean, he has been part of in the Leeds fabric properly as a big part of Leeds, especially with all like the media duties as well that he does and all that. So, I mean, I'll probably let him get away with it, but I mean, it's not right, is it?
No. But at the end of the day, you have to face facts. We are a championship club now, and we're being treated like one. We're getting bullied by Premier League clubs, and they're just taking players off us. Right, coming in, it took its time, but the new sexy bastard that's come in, Laji Ramadani, or Radazazakazani for some people that are saying his name. By the way, that's a sexy kit. Paul's got it on. I'm getting that. Paul, excited by this one?
Yeah, I am.
I thought that was Paul on the screen then.
Both got pink watches as well. Yeah, I love it.
I'd be immensely happy, let me tell you. Yes, I am. I think I mean, don't be fooled by some of the numbers that people were talking about in terms of lack of goals and this, that, and the other. Up until last season, some of them hadn't scored any goals realistically. None to hadn't scored any goals realistically. So don't be fooled by
the wonders.
Well, yeah. He's got, I don't know, he really reminds me of Max Gradle. I don't know what he just really reminds me of Max Gradle in terms just of his look and his appearance. And I mentioned it in the video that I did recently that I've just put out on my channel. It was really nice to see on his introductory video him walking in, and the kit man said hello to him as he was walking past, and he stopped, came back, and went in and shook hands with the kit man. Just little things like that. I just pay attention to, and I just kind of like that. I mean, I could be getting fooled again and, falling in love massively with another player. But, he's got to prove it. He's got to, he's come for decent money. He's got to prove it on the pitch when he starts playing. I mean, he had a release clause of 40 million in January just gone, didn't he? So
yeah, Everton were in for him, yeah.
Yeah, so we could have it's going to be interesting to see how yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits in. But I'm enthused by the signing. The ownership structure at our place are not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination. So
I agree.
There's some more that needs to come in. But yeah, it's
coming. Kev, does Ramadani? That's his name, isn't it? Ramazan.
Number 17.
Ramazan.
Number 17. Ramazan,
remember, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not going to. I've got attached to a lot of players. So I'm going to start calling them just by the numbers, so it feels a lot more transactional now. So, but yeah, after watching number 17, like his videos, and I know again what Paul just mentioned then about his numbers, his actual underlying numbers are brilliant. Like his take-ons, his dribbles are like top up there with Vinicius Junior and numbers like that. So yeah, that's what we're going to get excited about. He's Dan James level speed, probably quicker out of the blocks as well. I think he's probably going to get a few yellow cards. He's got a bit of a non-to attitude about him, but yeah, he's going to be exciting to watch anyway. And I think he will terrorize a lot of defenses. We've just got to get the best out of him. So, and we do know that Farke likes to basically play all the ball to the creative player. So he's going to see a lot of the ball for Leeds. So yeah, hopefully he hits the ground running because we're definitely going to need it. And when's he available for? Hull?
Hull, I think it is.
Yeah, he's not on the bench today, so we must have just missed out because I knew that if we had to register him before 12 for him to play tonight, but obviously they didn't. I've heard he's quite strong. A lot of, I think, from the reviews that I've seen is that he's quite strong for his build, and he can shock a lot of defenders because they underestimate how quick and strong he is. That's what I'm excited about, and after watching his YouTube video, I think he's going to lead us to the Premier League title next year. I think so.
I work with a United fan, and he said that they were really keen to keep him, but because they couldn't guarantee him game time, that's why he's left and went to Almeria, so or wherever he went to. He's quite highly rated, so yeah.
Yeah, little larger on the wings. I like your style, sir.
He's banned as well, isn't he, from playing in the in La Liga because of what he said to the ref after the game.
Yes, or something like that. Yeah, it's going to fit him well, and his English accent is spot on, isn't it? Did you watch the video? It's like you're
better than ours.
Yeah.
Right, James. Does this signing make your penis twitch?
We'll see when he starts playing whether my penis starts twitching or not. He looks decent, like the numbers look good. But again, the whole shaking hands with people and that's all shit to me now when we see these players.
To be honest, I got excited about it.
They all do the same shit.
Yeah. Sorry, James. I really
same
got excited
interviews.
About
Right, Kev, you go. What were you saying?
What was his release cost? 60 million.
8 billion, yeah.
Yeah, bloody hell. Right, yeah, so I think largely will be, I think, yeah, do you know what? He does like, now you've said it, Paul, I can't not make that comparison with Gradle. I think he'll smash at me. To say that was, I don't know what's the figure, was it like 7 million euros with add-ons?
Yes.
Rising to 10.
Yeah, about that. We've not paid an exorbitant amount of money for it. There's a 15% sell-on clause with him as well, but that is only 15% of the profit that we make on him. So if we sold him for however much more than what we paid for him, then they only get 50% of that small, whatever the profit is. Well, so that's a sensible deal.
So I think he'll be a success, and I'll look to him. He might be there with the team. Who knows? Might be sorting out his flat or whatever. Like a roast dinner, some gammon has been talking about us this week again. He's some obsession with us. This guy. He's been talking about us. Kev, what's your thoughts on the absolute gammon sandwich face? He's been saying that we've gone through the back door and low balling for Jayden Bogle, and it's just. He's calling us dirty tactics and that. Would you slap him with a wet fish? That's what I'm asking you.
I wouldn't even bother, be honest with you. He's just a shitbag. He's a textbook narcissist, and he's also trying to deflect away from his own team. He's trying to make it all about him. You can see what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's just a poo bag. Get rid of everything that he's ever stood for, and the world will be a better place. He's just a knob, man. Yeah. He's a big knob.
Poo bag.
That is brilliant.
Speaking of, just before I go on to you, Paul, speaking of knobs, I don't know if you heard the news, but this was the guess the player, mate. The latest version. It's Jermaine Genius, knob and all that. Read into what you will. Just because you missed it, that's all. Paul, what's your... I'll probably get sued now. Paul, what's your thoughts on this debacle with Chris Wilder?
It's just typical Chris Wilder, isn't it? So, he needs to go and have a wank and calm down. In my opinion,
what view that would be?
Oh God,
a box of tissues for his issues. Get out.
The happy tissues or sad tissues? You know what I mean?
Stick them behind the radiator.
Definitely sad. Definitely sad.
Get yourself a little pint of chopped liver, just so you know what I mean. Pint of chopped liver.
A bowl of warm jam. What?
Speaking from experience, he just give it a rest. It's typical what he does. Listen, he doesn't like us. We know that. That's fine. I could care less. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, and I'm sure the players don't lose any sleep over it either. And as for lowballing it, well, your board could have turned around and said, no, we want more money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, your board accepted the offer that we put in, and he's now our player. Get over it.
That's true. That's true. James, anything to add on the Chris Wilder?
Yeah, just. I mean, I'm not going to add to Pooh Bag, but he's just trying to drum up some rivalry again here with us. He's always banging on about us. I'm surprised he didn't shout Bamford in the middle of his rant. So fuck him off, big saggy cunt.
Right, somehow I need to bleep that out. Bloop, 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 bloop. Right, we're going on to the next segment now. We're going on to the next segment, which is the NALP 3000. And as you know, Paul, you've been on before. I've built a computer with the latest technology in AI. Are you ready to meet the NALP 3000?
It's 100%. Bring it on.
Beep, boop, beep.
Calculating. Question found. Oh, look who's back from holiday, but you're still bald Danny. Anyway, at what point do you change the manager if results go bad?
I'm not that bad, am I? It's fucking attitude, mate. Sorry about that, people. Right, Kev, I'll come to you, mate. At what point do you start thinking we need to get rid of Farker?
If we're not within playoff distance by Christmas, man, give the guy a chance. That is the heart of his team ripped out of him in the space of 3 weeks. You got to give him a bit of time. If we're like not even anywhere near the playoffs by Christmas, I'd probably say he's got to go. But I mean, yeah, like you say, he just had his team ripped out of him, and there's nothing he can do about it at all.
I agree.
The contracts from previous regimes, just give him a bit of time. I mean, we started crap last year, and then he brought in Kamara, Gruev, Pirro, Jed Spence, who was amazing. Brought all those players in around this sort of time. So let's just go. And I guarantee none of these players we're signing now are going to have like release clause contracts. I mean, Farker's had enough. You can see. In his face. So, I mean, I don't think we should be jumping at anything just yet.
No, I agree, mate. I agree. Paul, what's your thoughts? The NALP, he's a bit of a dickhead, the NALP 3000. But what do you think?
Oh, I think he's a very astute AI. You know what I mean? It was his stuff.
Technology.
I know. My be careful what you wish for is my thing. A lot of people obviously clamoring for him to go, but if not Farker, then who? That's the thing. Who do you bring in? If I'm saying, yeah, he's got up until probably around about November time. I would have said November time running into Christmas, because Christmas is always a notoriously bad period for us anyways. For whatever reason, we don't seem to steamroller through it like we always think that we're going to do. But I think if we're not within playoff distance around about November, December time, I think that's when they'll probably look at it.
Yeah. Yes, Kevin in the front.
He's got 2 goalkeepers on the bench. He obviously hasn't got the squad that he wants. So, yeah, it's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when our squad starts with a 1. Am I right? I'm sure we've got 19, aren't we, or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
19. Yeah, 19 first team players. So
mad. But I do think Farker. I think he's been stitched up personally.
Yeah.
Then they've literally got a week to get about another 4 players in my opinion. They need to get 4 players in. According to reports, Lubicic is off the cards, but that could be a tactic to say, like Glenn Kamara last year, took him ages to come in, didn't it? So you never know, we could see activity.
Yeah,
James,
but didn't one of loads of people were saying it was done a few days ago, like on a couple of the ITK accounts, weren't they? Were saying it's been done. So I'm just a little bit.
Oh, that journalist.
Yeah.
The Milkinator.
Yeah.
I'm just
James.
saying. Yeah.
Slurper.
James?
We just lost at home to Millwall, and we were all having a team meal. As usual, the team were on the table, and there was a special separate table for Frank management team and 2 high chairs set up either side of Frank's chair, 1 for Mount and 1 for Wilson. Frank, Mason, and Harry hadn't arrived yet. Jody stood up and started addressing everyone. Poor result against Millwall. We need to be much better. The morale is low, so me and Frank have came up with an idea to get us ready for Forest. He jumps on his chair with a boombox on his shoulder and shouts, "Hit it, boys!" Tom Jones' sex bomb comes booming out of the boombox. Sorry, guys, bad writing here. Out the boombox, yeah. Spotlight on the doors. Doors fly open. Frank, Mason, Harry come slithering on the floor wearing Chelsea onesies. Jodie's now bollock naked. By this point, kicking food in people's faces. The routine lasts 2 hours and 37 minutes. We lost to Forest. What I think, I agree. Yeah, I think that.
Something there, yeah.
Oh. Sorry, James.
Oh, you don't know about the book that I'm reading?
He's reading a new book. Bogle's done a memoir, mate, and it's and this is it. Frankly Derby, Bogle's memoirs, and he sent it to James, mate, to promote on the podcast. So throughout the podcast, James has been reading, excerpts from the said.
Fantastic, mate. It's fantastic. Writing's a bit shit, but it's fantastic. I think that I agree that December time, if he's too far away from playoffs, then we'll have to look at changing it. But if he's 2-3 points away, like we've seen last season, you can go on a massive good run after Christmas and still do well. So I agree with what the boys are saying. But I feel sorry for him as well.
Yeah. To be fair. Well, we are 15th as it stands, so the pressure's on. Albeit we're on 2 points, but I get it. Yeah. So right, we will go on to the pre-match. So Paul, I'll come to you first, mate. This is the team sheet. No doubt you've seen it. Yep. Matteo Joseph, Nonto, Aronson starts, Dan James, Gruev, Ampadu, Rodon, Strike, Firpo, Bogle, and Melier. And obviously there, Rothwell on the bench, Chambers and DeBayo's there as well. Aronson, Paul, talk to me. Bold move, or is that just because Pirot has the turning circle of a German U-boat?
Well, there is that. I think that's the position that Aronson likes to play in. I think potentially, I know he's been used coming off the left, so it's a bold decision. It really is. So it's whether or not it's going to pay off or not. We have to stop with the Pirot in the number 10.
I agree.
Experiment. It's not working. As good as he is, and as a solid finisher as he is, he's not a number 10. He just isn't. He plays off as a false 9. So he's better in a 4-4-2 system or a 3-5-2 system for me, just because he needs, just in terms of support and coming in late. But yeah, it's the bench makes me giggle. Having 2 keepers on there is quite hilarious. But it's where we are as a team at the moment. I mean, it just highlights again that the heart's been absolutely ripped out of the team. So it'll be interesting to see how we progress and how we do. So,
do you think Farker's sending a message to the board by putting?
100%. Yeah. He has been doing for 2 weeks now. You only need to look at his press conferences where he's specifically said, "I need 4 players. You've got to bring me 4 players." So this is a message again. It's an absolute message again. I'll be genuinely, obviously, I want us to win every single game, but I'll be happy if we come away with a draw.
That's how it feels at the minute. I totally, mate. Even a draw would be better on last season's. I'm sure we drew 2 and lost 1, didn't we, in the first 3 games? Yeah. And after Middlesbrough, it just felt like all hope that just went sucked out the club. Obviously, by that point, we'd not solved Gio, but Gio, fucking Rutter. I mean, Zane, if you need help, mate, if you're being held against your will, let me know, because you're obviously on drugs or something, because that is a bold statement, mate.
He definitely isn't getting chased by Pirot, is he? Because he'd be able to run away all day, yeah.
You're getting paid by Pirot. Kev, do you echo Paul's thoughts? Are you nervous for tonight?
Yeah, well, my prediction was a 0-0 draw. I think it's going to be bland, and there's going to be kicking everywhere. I think Sheffield Wednesday are going to boot shit out of us. I don't see us attacking with much pace, I'll be honest with you. But I am quite happy that Brendan Aronson's got a start tonight, and he's got a lot to prove.
Yeah,
I know he played well against Portsmouth when he come on, apart from his miss. It could be a big game for him, and I'm starting to have a little bit thinking that he might be the difference tonight. And if he can do that, then everything's changed for him. If he can have the best game of his career for us tonight, everything changes, and the whole narrative around Aronson changes overnight. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm still going to go 0-0, but I am intrigued now that Aronson's starting big time.
Yeah, I do want Aronson to boss it tonight, but I just hope, because I'm hoping that the Danny Role, I do think he's a good manager, but I think he needs to go somewhere else to prove it. But Barry, I don't know. It's like Barry Barron's hairstyle. It's like there and not there at the same time. Do you know what I mean? James, what's your thoughts, my good fellow?
I think having two. Oh, okay, so 2 keepers on the bench is a stretch, because Darlow is one of them keepers, so it's like half a person, isn't it? Aronson, though, I think what we'll get from him is pressing. I think he's good at that. He can harass and get around the pitch a bit more. But if it's windy, then we're fucked, and we ain't going to have anyone there, because he's going to be hitting the floodlights or something, isn't he? So, but I am backing us. I'm backing us to improve on last week and score a few goals. I think we're going to do. I think we'll win 3-1. I'm confident.
I know James is the most confident Leeds fan I've ever met. He's always like this, and it gets brought back down to earth, obviously, a lot. So
it's borderline delusional from James. And honestly, James, he is borderline delusional, but he belongs on the plus side of the battery. His picture should be there. Don't remove the plus sign and just put his face up. Oh, it's positive. That's what it is.
James is the fallout man for Leeds, Eddie, just like that.
Yeah, just all the time. Paul, then give us a prediction, then, mate.
1-1.
Yeah, good shout. Yeah, who scores for us then?
Striker.
Sound like the Grudge.
Yeah, I thought I was the Grudge then.
He's not playing for us.
No, he's not.
I know you said 0-0. Have you changed your mind?
No, I've not changed it in the 30 seconds that I said it ages ago. I think
you never know. You never know.
I'll take it right now. I'll take it because I'll take it. But yeah, 0-0, mate.
You take it, do you? Right.
0-0, Aronson to score.
0-0 to us. Yeah. I put in my prediction 1-1, so I'll stick with that. I think we'll concede first and then scrap a goal. Just the way things. I'm hoping that the morale's up there, and I'm hoping that when they battered Plymouth, was it Plymouth? That it was just a fluke, because they got paggered, didn't they, in 20 minutes last week.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. So we're all
smashed by Sunderland, I didn't know, 4-0. So
yeah. Zane's gone 2-1 Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going to ban you, Zane.
Fuck off.
Einar, the legend, is back to winning ways. 3-1 Leeds.
Thank you, Einar.
And someone.
James and Einar are very similar people, aren't they? James and Einar.
Yeah.
That is me. I am really Einar. I'm just pretending.
One's a Viking, and the other's an Anglo-Saxon. That's what it is.
One's just a twat.
Also, you might have noticed a specific name is absent from that team sheet, and that is Patrick Bamford, who fell over a custard cream in the cafeteria, and he's got.
Where's the Warrior, by the way? Is the Warrior injured as well? Is he? The Austrian Warrior.
He's not there, mate. And
no, well, but it's his calves, isn't it?
He will push for a move in the next week, Max Fober. Yeah, he will push for a move in the next week. I'm telling you, because he doesn't want to play for us. He doesn't want to be here. You can just tell. He's got an absolute Minecraft body. He's just bulking. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway,
it looks like if SpongeBob SquarePants was on steroids, wouldn't he? That's what he's like.
Sorry.
Like that, yeah.
I thought it was Max Fober, but it's Jermaine Genius just DM'd. Right, let's go on to Top Knob. For those that don't know what Top Knob is, basically we all get at people who have annoyed us, or sometimes it's been countries that have annoyed us, and we put them in the middle and we decide who is this week's Top Knob. So let's get into this week's Top Knob.
Top Knob.
Boom. Right. In Latin, it is Topus Nobis. Now, I'll come to you last, Paul. Kevin, who has pissed you off this week?
I never thought I'd ever say this, but I'm going to put Jorginho Rutter as my top. I thought I'd never, ever say that. Yeah. Or ITK.
Tell us why. Tell us why.
Yeah, because he's gone. He's broke my heart, Jorginho has. That's why I'm just going to say numbers from going forward, yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll come to Paul next. Paul, who's your toppest nobbers, mate?
Chris Wilder, just give it up for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, he has been top knob at least 3 times on this fucking podcast.
Yeah. He is. Chris Wilder up there with the second tier podcast with top of the knobs. I'll play on top of the pops for you older generation. Right, James.
Wow. After being thoroughly battered for 3.5 games by the mighty Leeds United, we'd managed to beat them at Ellen Road in the playoff semi-final. Everyone was absolutely buzzing. We got to the changing rooms, laughing, singing about Spygate. Suddenly, things got tense. Frank was sitting in the centre of the room. Jody was telling everyone to be quiet. Frank wants to address you all. We all stood around. Frank at the centre. He became very tense, a grimace on his face. We all waited in anticipation. An odd bit of encouragement from Jody and Mason. Go, Frankie, you can do it, boss. Every now and then, Frank would shout, we do analysis too. With that, redness left his face. He stood up, pulled his pants up, and we seen a perfect depiction of the Chelsea badge and shit on the changing room floor. Jody ran up to embrace Frank. Well done, mate. That's your best one yet. Frank replied, thanks, Jody. I've been practicing all week. He turns to all and gives us a massive wink and goes, as you were, boys. As you were. This has been absolutely mental, I thought. I turned to celebrate with Richard, but he's got his head stuck in a Wellington boot. Fucking hell, Richard! I'm going to go Georgie Ruta for doing the lead salute when he fucked off, and Chris Wilder for having a ham face and just being a saggy CUNT.
Tears of joy. From what you've heard throughout the podcast today, the excerpts from Jaden Bogle's memoirs, Frankly Derby, as read by James from Nalban Leeds House.
Fantastic.
I'm sure he might ask you to do the audible version. Who knows? Oh God, tears of joy. Yeah, so that does bring us, because it is a shorter episode tonight. I want to get everyone away 5 minutes before the game. We do have 5 minutes. So thanks, everyone. Let me just pop this up there. Yeah. Need I say more? Yeah, so thanks, everyone, for watching. It's been a great episode, this one. I've really enjoyed it, especially James's reading corner. Thanks for joining us, Paul. Can you let us know on what's coming up on your channel, mate?
No.
Okay, that's fair enough. We'll move on.
I've got some more stuff. Some good, just general stuff videos. I'll have a match reaction at some point tomorrow, and then just as the week wears on, just as and when, usual kind of stuff. So no, I appreciate you guys having me on. It's been it's fun. It always is. I enjoy myself.
That's what we're here for. You can say what you want. We get banned, not you. That should be our slogan.
Slogan.
Slogo. That's a new term. I'm trying to get it in there. It's like fetch. I'm trying to get it back in.
Nice. That's Perot's slogo.
Where can we find you on social media, Paul? Just
you can find me. You can find me on the Leeds Therapy, which is my channel. You can find me on X again, Leeds Therapy. If you want to see me on Instagram, not that I post on there very much, it's PDB1980.
There you go. I will link his channel in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you are new. It does help us. We are aiming for 1,000 this season, and if we get to 1,000, we get one strike where we can do what we want on an episode from YouTube. So it's kind of incentive for you as well. So we can do a live episode dressed as those lads on the plane, my he, my who. If we get to 1,000, we'll recreate that. How's that, Kev? Yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds, yeah. We will be back on Sunday for the Leeds House Sunday Club. We're all three of us, more relaxed and less gimmicky. Yeah, anything to add before we go, boys?
Milk.
Come on, Leeds.
Cool.
Let's go and do it.
Don't all jump out. Thanks,
Buy
everyone.
Buy the book. Buy the book.
Buy the book. And we will see you when I find the fucking video. We will see you next week.